How to diagnose Cushing syndrome without getting lost in multiple tests. Remember this simple three-step approach. Confirm cortisol excess, measure ACTH, localize the source. If you master these three steps, almost every exam question becomes straightforward. Step one is to confirm hypercortisolism. Before searching for the cause, first prove that patient has excess cortisol. You can use any one of these three screening tests. First, overnight low dose dexamethasone suppression test. Give 1 milligram dexamethasone at 11 p.m. and measure cortisol at 8 a.m. Normally, dexamethasone suppresses cortisol to less than 1.8 micrograms per deciliter. If cortisol remains 1.8 or higher, think Cushing syndrome. Second, 24-hour urinary free cortisol. An elevated value indicates excessive cortisol production. Third, late night salivary cortisol collected around 11 p.m. Normally, cortisol is lowest at night, so an elevated late night salivary level strongly suggests Cushing syndrome. Once any one screening test is positive, move on to the next step to measure plasma ACTH. Ask one simple question: is ACTH low or high? If ACTH is less than 5 picograms per milliliter, cortisol is suppressing ACTH. This means problem is ACTH independent, usually from adrenal gland or exogenous steroid use. Common causes include adrenal adenoma, adrenal carcinoma, macronodular hyperplasia, long-term glucocorticoid therapy. Next investigation is a CT scan of adrenals. If ACTH is greater than 15 picograms per milliliter, disease is ACTH dependent. Now think only of two possibilities: pituitary adenoma called Cushing disease or ectopic ACTH production, often from a tumor. If ACTH falls between 5 and 15, that's a gray zone. Repeat the test or perform additional investigations. Now, the challenge is to distinguish between pituitary from ectopic ACTH. The dose dexamethasone suppression test helps. In pituitary disease, cortisol suppresses by 50% or more. In ectopic ACTH, there is no significant suppression. The CRH stimulation test is next. Pituitary tumors respond with an increase in ACTH and cortisol. Ectopic tumors usually show little or no response. The gold standard is inferior petrosal sinus sampling. A high central to peripheral ACTH ratio confirms a pituitary source. Finally, imaging. Use MRI of the pituitary for Cushing disease. If MRI is normal, search for an ectopic tumor using CT scan, PET scan, or octreotide scan. So here is the example. Confirm cortisol excess first, then measure ACTH. Low ACTH equals adrenal or exogenous steroids. High ACTH equals pituitary or ectopic source. And remember, inferior petrosal sinus sampling is the gold standard for distinguishing pituitary from ectopic ACTH.